promised, the second segment this evening, I was just in Walmart, and one of the security officers were there, and I think they were giving me security. Thank you for that, to Mr. Robson Walton. That is Walmart Supercenter here in Reno. And as you know, oh my God, it's very tense out there because of the incessant provocations of certain elements here in our great state of Oklahoma. I won't mention you the names, but I will give them to Governor Stitt and to Pentagon Secretary, War Secretary Pete Hegseth, and the list goes on, including, of course, Kristi Noem, the Department of Human Services, or should I say, as I was saying, yeah, we will also furnish copy Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security. Yes, so that there will be no doubt that we are pro-America, they're anti-Americans. They're shenanigans, they're son of a bitches, and I don't know why they're here in the United States. But one thing is very sure, as far as the certain Asian community, they're here in Oklahoma because of me, okay? I made them very, very wealthy in other parts of the world, in California, in Europe, in Asia, and some parts of Northern America. So they want to know if they can get a piece of the action by simply copying me. Well, go ahead. But this is what I'm going to tell you. This is America. This is the land of laws. And if you do anything illegal, which I know you are, you will be exposed. But let me go to other subject matters, because I don't want to get entangled with that particular quagmire, because it is a legal issue. So, the main topic for this evening is, as I promised you, who are these journalists, paid journalists, that make their job easy by simply lying? What do I mean? I'll give you an example. They say I'm pro-Republican. No. When it comes to journalism, I am pro-truth. Pro-truth. 100% truth. We journalists are not allowed to come out with half-baked statements that is 99.9% true. That is what we call pending loose elements that has to be validated. So obviously we do not tell that on the air. Forgive me for, looking here and there, ladies and gentlemen, because we have guests coming in. So the bottom line is, I'll give you an example. The good mayor of New York 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We have some glitches here right now. Yeah, we're trying to come out with a better lighting effect. That's why there's some technical difficulties. But as I was saying, the good mayor of New York, which is a Democrat, Mayor Eric Adams, you cannot imagine how he was maligned by the paid press. And these people, I hope Eric, the good mayor, the former good mayor of New York, can sue them one by one. So we journalists will not be affected by these bad people. In fact, if you will notice, all the bad publicity of President Trump, are all with this list of journalists that I have here right now. But I don't want to divulge it right now, because we in the journalism business, who are professionals, give them a note that, can I release this news? That's how the pros do it, because it's very sensitive. Because based on the facts, you told so many inaccurate statements about President Trump for the last 8 years. His 4 years, and now the coming next 4 years. So it's actually about 5 years. But at the rate they're going to lie and lie and lie and tell all of these inaccurate statements in the next additional 3 years from the 8 years. I'm sorry, getting it from the 8 years, this additional 3 years. The question now, are we going to let them do it? Because it's very clear that these journalists, paid journalists, all they do all night long is whatever Donald Trump says, they'll find a hole, so to speak, and say, oh, that's not true, President Trump. Mr. Trump, you made a very, very inaccurate statement, because what is true is really this one. They find all of this nonsense not only destroying your mind or your way of having an opine of the president, but it destroys the whole society, and before you know it, your whole state. So we, in the professional side of journalism, clearly state that all our facts presented are all accurate 100%. And normally, if there is some form of miscommunication because of an interview or a newspaper article that we read from a certain newspaper, that's where we come out and say, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we made a mistake. Not because we deliberately wanted to, but because we got it from a certain source. So, I got shocked that there was a certain multinational company that now is apologizing to me after all these years. Because all they did was malign me, malign, and now apologize. What a third world way of doing it. Malign, apologize. I'll see you in court. I will see you in court. That's how it is in America. You don't pull the gun, just like what this Mormon kids are doing. No, you don't do it. If you got destroyed big time, You get a lawyer, you hire a lawyer, and you file a lawsuit. That's the American way. Going to some good news, NVIDIA is truly picking up some speed. And it went down for a while. It's hovering with the 180, 170 per share stock value. And we are predicting at the Prosperity Channel that with some breakthroughs in the AI industry, global industry, it will again shoot up. It's despite the very, very strong competition of other AI or other technology companies. In fact, we are scheduling a meeting with the great CEO of NVIDIA, Mr. Jensen Huang, simply because of the fact that our minds and value system in doing business are very, very, I would say, similar. We truly have a meeting of the minds. And as Mr. Jensen Huang would say, we never fire people, because once they get out of the company, they normally, if not I wouldn't say not only normally, automatically, especially in America, they badmouth the company. So what we do as professionals is we develop these people and give them a job within the company or a company affiliate or a vendor. Why? Because the company has already spent millions of dollars, especially for executives, for developing their skills, their talents, and more so, their abilities to generate net income. And a lot of people do not know how to do that. The mentality of, I hired you, I fire you. In fact, in the 1980s, that was the bravura of most of the executives. I've just fired 20 guys, you know, as if he was the star CEO. I just fired so many guys. Wrong. What you did was you destroyed the reputation of your corporation because you do not know how to develop the talents and skills that already were developed prior or into your company. So is it a big deal to say, hey, 20 guys, you're going to these companies that I know to? Because I know you have talents, and based on our performance appraisal, I am recommending you strongly. Is that statement so difficult to do? I tell you, America, the hire and fire methodology is a goner. That's why your company is down. Look at NVIDIA. And look at now my company. Every single billionaire in the United States, in America today, looks at my company because of how we do things. Name me one billionaire who is not happy with me. One. In Asia, where I will be going shortly, every guy in the industry is looking at this video, wanting to get something new to increase their net gain. Long-term net profits is my mastery. And I'm not going to say, hey, Mr. Billionaire, I have something to present to you, and say ultimately, well, Mr. Billionaire, I apologize because the formula went awry. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end this particular video. We will have to recharge, and see you shortly.